ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରାଣ ଧନ, ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରାଣ ଧନ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ। ଅନ୍ତର ମନ୍ଦିରେ ଆସିବ ବସିବ, ଅନ୍ତର ମନ୍ଦିରେ ଆସିବ ବସିବ, ଅନ୍ତର ମନ୍ଦିରେ ଆସିବ ବସିବ, ତୋଷିବ ଏ ପ୍ରାଣ ମନ, ତୋଷିବ ଏ ପ୍ରାଣ ମନ। କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ। ଜାଗି ବସିଅଛି କେତେ କାଳୁ ମୁହିଁ, ଜାଗି ବସିଅଛି କେତେ କାଳୁ ମୁହିଁ, ତବ ଶ୍ରୀ ଚରଣ ଦର୍ଶନ ପାଇଁ, ଜାଗି ବସିଅଛି କେତେ କାଳୁ ମୁହିଁ, ତବ ଶ୍ରୀ ଚରଣ ଦର୍ଶନ ପାଇଁ। ଶରଣାଗତରେ କୃପା କରିଦେବ, ଶରଣାଗତରେ କୃପା କରିଦେବ, ସାର୍ଥକ କର ଜୀବନ, ସାର୍ଥକ କର ଜୀବନ। କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ। ଅବିରତ ମୋର ଆକୁଳ ପରାଣ, ଅବିରତ ମୋର ଆକୁଳ ପରାଣ, ଖୋଜି ବୁଲୁଥାଏ ସଦା ନିତିଦିନ, ଅବିରତ ମୋର ଆକୁଳ ପରାଣ, ଅବିରତ ମୋର ଆକୁଳ ପରାଣ, ଖୋଜି ବୁଲୁଥାଏ ସଦା ନିତିଦିନ, ତୁମ କମ ଛବି କିରିବା ପାଇଁକି, ତୁମ କମ ଛବି କିରିବା ପାଇଁକି, ନିରତ ଖୋଜି ନୟନ, ନିରତ ଖୋଜି ନୟନ। କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ। ଅପରୂପ ତବ ମୋହନ ମୂରତି, ଅପରୂପ ତବ ମୋହନ ମୂରତି, ନିରେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ବଳାଇଛି ମତି, ଅପରୂପ ତବ ମୋହନ ମୂରତି, ନିରେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ବଳାଇଛି ମତି, ଆଖି ନିରେ ଧୋଇ ଶ୍ରୀଚରଣ ବେନି, ଆଖି ନିରେ ଧୋଇ ଶ୍ରୀଚରଣ ବେନି, ପଶିବି ପଦେ ଶରଣ, ପଶିବି ପଦେ ଶରଣ। କେବେ ଆସିବ ସେଦିନ, ପ୍ରାଣ ଠାକୁର হে কেবে আসিব সেদিন প্রাণ ঠাকুর হে কেবে আসিব সেদিন মাগিবিনি କିଛି হৃদয় সাগর মাগিবিনি କିଛି হৃদয় সাগর শ্রীপদ সেবাରୁ বঞ্চিত ন কর মাগিবিনি କିଛି হৃদয় সাগর মাগিবিনি କିଛି হৃদয় সাগর শ্রীপদ সেবাରୁ বঞ্চিত ন কর শ্রীপদ সেবাରୁ বঞ্চিত ন কর ଏହି ଅଳି ତବ ଶ୍ରୀଛାମୁରେ ମୋର ଏହି ଅଳି ତବ ଶ୍ରୀଛାମୁରେ ମୋର ଘିନ କର ଜୀବଧନ ঘিন কর জীবধন কেবে আসিব দিন প্রাণ ঠাকুর হে কেবে আসিব সেদিন প্রাণ ঠাকুর হে কেবে আসিব সেদিন অন্তর মন্দিরে আসিব বসিব অন্তর মন্দিরে আসিব বসিব অন্তর মন্দিরে আসিব বসিব বসিব এই প্রাণ মন বসিব এই প্রাণ মন
ভববন্ধন মোচন পূজ্যবর গুণহীনম শেষ গুণাধিপতি ভবভীরু জনে সত তম্বরদম প্রণমামি গুরুম শিবকল্প তরুম প্রণমামি গুরুম শিব কল্প তরু
দিন যাও সে চরণ বন্দি হে দয়া নিধি দিন যাও দিন যাও সে চরণ বন্দি হে দয়া দিন যাও আকাশে বাতাসে রবিরে সাথিরে আকাশে বাতাসে রবিরে সাথিরে তুমরি কিরণয় কাজে তুমরি কিরণয় কাজে তুমে হে শ্রী জগত ভরি তুমে হে শ্রী জগত ভরি তুমরি মূরতি কাজে তুমরি মূরতি কাজে লেখা করুণ
Joy Guru. This is a reading from the book from our scripture, Sadguru Swami Nigamananda Upadeshamrita, chapter 22nd, to those who have surrendered, pages 216 and 217, manifestation of personality. This is Thakur's advice. I know man is enormously egotistic. It is not easy for all to give away themselves, but it is true that God does not fulfill the desire of a devotee until he has not surrendered all his possessions. Many people are frightened to hear about the sadhana of surrender. They think that one's individuality is extinguished by the sadhana of surrender. But the legacy of relationship between Guru Sishya has been continuing since time immemorial. If Guru is competent and worthy, the real personality suitable disciple will unfold due to Gurudev's spiritual influence and blessing. That personality is called Gurutva, the entity of Guru. When disciples become deserving, they achieve Gurutva from Sri Gurudeva, who never suppresses the personality of any disciple. I don't say there are no other ways than the path of surrender. Although there is diversity in sadhana, each one is engaged in unfolding the essence of only one sadhana. I don't expect all of you are fit for the sadhana of surrender, but I hope on those who have taken shelter under me and have voluntarily chosen this. Well, you go on testing in life whether there is any sadhana of surrender and whether true humanity of man finds full expression in this sadhana. You are young. If you desire and utilize your energy, you can attain perfection in anything. If not all, at least 5 fearless and courageous youths should come forward to dedicate their body, mind, and heart to open the door of truth on the path of surrender. In several matters, you do research and experiment truth. Well, for once, wait patiently till what result is produced on the path of surrender, strewn with the radiance of unshakable faith. Joy.
Jai Guru. Nilachara Saraswata Sangha Puri, America Saraswata Sangha, 860 throat. Date and time June 4th, 23, 7:15 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. Eastern Time. Adhivasa Puja was held at Nigama Smriti Mandira on June 2023 at 7 p.m. June 4th, 2023, time 7:15 to 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time. The morning session of the puja started at 7:15 a.m. with Pratiksha. During Pratiksha, Smita Baima sang Aji Moromekta and Amrit Thakura. During that time, all the devotees joined the puja either at Nigama Smriti Mandira or Tanuchitai performed the arati. Then Smita Rema sang the Bandana, Bandai, Gurucharana and Stottra Bandana. Brajabhai read the Parichaya Patra followed by Samilani Prarthana. Then Sibani Dibedima read Sangha Sevaka 50th year Prarthana and Prarthana Karinga Prati. After the reading of Sangha Sevaka, Diktima read Sri Guru Giri 4. Then Miluma invited Sri Thakura, Bhais, Mas and young aspirants to attend the second session, the first session with Joy Guru Mahanama. After the first session, Balyavoga was offered to Sri Thakura and then Bhais, Mas and young aspirants accepted. Second session started at 11:55 a.m. The second session of the puja started at Abahana. During Abahana, Rasmi Chaudhary Ma sang Mano Moro Chahe and Prabina Ma sang Basa Huda Singhasana. This was followed by Pranamagana and opening of the asana. Ma sang the Bandana Mage Bhava Manava. Vanalata Ma read the Parichaya Patra for Mas, followed by Vishwapati Nama from Udita Ma. Pallavita Ma read Upadesa, pages 200. The glory of sacrifice. Then Varadabhai read minutes of the last Sangha Puja. Kasmita Ma read Pancha Sanyasini Sisya, pages 124 to 130. It was followed by Prarthana Sangita Kede Sudha Boda by Sibani Mahantima. After the song, Yanabhai led the question answer session and discussed the importance of Namo Japa. Then the aspirant session was started with Prarthana Sangita Bhulimu Paruni Priya by Simran Ma. Then Shreya Ma led the discussion in the voice session. Adhyasa, Miluma and Monalisa Ma did their Bhava Vinima Seva, followed by an invitation for Madhyana Bhoga and evening puja. Then Srinbhai invited Sri Thakura for his Gruhasana Vasika Ushchava Puja 2023. Then Divyam Vinabhai and Ramabhai the next puja, Sangha puja to be held on June 11th, 2023. After that, Mona Lisa Ma prayed Thakura all these mas and young aspirants. The session was concluded with Vidya Prarthana sung by Anjali Ma, and the asana was closed with Joy Guru Namakirtana and Pranam. Vishwajit Bhai took the attendance of all the Bhais Mas present for the puja. Then Madhyana Bhoga was offered to Sri Sri Thakur, followed by Prasada Sevana. Sri Sri Thakur Charan Srita Adesa Ma, Miluma, Mona Lisa Ma. Joy Guru.
जय गुरु श्री श्री ठाकुर महात्म्य 110 आरंभ करुचे। 10 परिच्छेद। के दुख देले पुओ जेपरी बापा निकट में नालिश करे भक्त मान उत्पीड़न में व्यथित हो ठाकुर सेपरी किछि दिन पर मो पाखक खंडे चिठी लिखिते। जय गुरु कल्याण बरेसु पुरी 29,031 परम शुभाशय सन्तु नित्यम। तुम प्रेरित टंका पाइछि मोर देह भल नाई सामान्य परिश्रम और व्याकलाप श्वास बंद हो आसे छाती कष्ट मध्य हुए खंडे चिठी लिखा मो पक्षर कष्टकर हृत्पिंडर दुर्बलता है प्रधान कारण बोध हुए उत्सव बेलू मठ को जाई पारिबी नाही जीवापाई इच्छा अच्छी जदि जीवा ठीक हुए जा समय जणाइबी श्रीमती बसंत पठाइबा घी पाई जनईदेव आज रजनी और ज्ञानदार चिठी पाइली ज्ञानदा लिखिति ईशान पत्र उत्तर न पाई टिके रागिछि किंतु ईशान जो विषय जानिबाकु चाहिथिला गगन चिठीर उत्तर ताहा लिखा होई अछि मो अवस्था न बुझी कई रागिले मु कौन करिबी आ रजनी और ज्ञानदार पत्र पागलामी पूर्ण मोर कलंक हेब भावी सेमाने अस्थिर रोग पीड़ा दारिद्र्य विषय लिखिले कौनसी फल हेब नाही बरं मु विरक्त हेबी मु कौनसी निंदित कार्य करि नाही तथापि जदि भक्त माने मते कलंकित करंती से मोर अदृष्ट भक्तंक दौरात्म्य मन हुए बंची जाती से कहब मु जो साधन भजन देइछि तार बाज्य कथा लिखिले मो असुस्थता सामान्य आसे आज विरक्ति होई एई चिठी लिखिछि तुम माने दुखित हेब नाही मोर दुख कष्ट टिके बुझिबाकु चेष्टा करिब समस्ते मोर स्नेहाशीर्वाद जानिब प्रार्थना करे तुम मानक शुभ बुद्धि सदिच्छा उद्रेक हेउ शुभानुध्याय श्री निगमानंद गुरुगिरी जे कि दुर्भोग ताहाते कौन केते जण बुझी पारंती जेउ दिन ढाका जगत बाबू दीक्षा दे तो राति आहारते ठाकुर नृपेन भाई बसा को आसी शयन करने को बाध्य हेले से दिन कौतुक प्रिय खेपादा पंडित श्रीजुक्त खेपादास भट्टाचार्य कही ठाकुर मत भल यदि तुम गुरुगिरी किछि दिन चलाइबा कह मु केबेले राजी हेबे नाही शिष्य मान प्रवर्तित सेवा पारिपाट्य देखि लोक माने ठाकुर विलासित भावी ईर्षारे जली मरती से विलासितार दुर्भोग केते जण सह्य करि परिबे जनकर इच्छा हैला से वर्तमान ठाकुर व्यंजन सेवा करिवे किंतु ठाकुर को शीत लगुच तथापि नीरवर पंखार पवन सह्य करने को हेब आउ जड़े हुए तो पद सेवा करेंगे दुआसी सदृश दुई हाथ निष्पेषण जर्जरित होई मध्य चित्कार करें ना दुई हाथ धरी दुई जन एक संगे चिपी देवाक लगिले ए प्रकार आराम तुलन में महाकामुड़ा जंत्रणा जे किछि नुहे मो रही ता प्रमाण करने हेब ए व्यवसाय प्रसार जे जेते विस्तृत करिवे आहार विहार शयन गमन रे ताको सेतिकी ताल रक्षा करि चालिबाकु हेब सार्वभौमक परि पंडित अवश्य जदहरे एव विरजेत तदहरे एव प्रव्रजेत एही शास्त्र वाक्य अवगत हेले तथापि श्री चैतन्य को चिन्हि न पारि पंचास्वध्व वनं व्रजेत शास्त्र पालन करते नहीं कही दोषारोप करथिले एवं संन्यास करने हेले भारतीय संप्रदाय रे करिबा तांकर उचित होई नाही कही सरस्वती किंबा अन्य कौनसी उच्च संप्रदाय कर्तृत्व पुनर्बार संस्कार करने को उपदेश देते निरपराध महाप्रभु मध्य प्रथमे निजर अपराध स्वीकार करी कहयाकु होइतला मोर जेउथरे भल हेब ता करंतु निस्त्रयी गुण्य पथ विचरता को विधि को निषेध एही शास्त्रादेश थिबा सत्वे भी जेउ दिन रामचंद्र पुरी महाप्रभु आश्रम पिंपुड़ी देखि निंदा करी कहितले सन्यास ଆଶ୍ରମ ବୋଧ ହୁଏ ମିଷ୍ଟାନ ବି ବ୍ୟବହାର କରାଯାଏ। ତା ନହେଲେ ପିମ୍ପି ଚାଲିବେ କାହିଁକି? ତା ପରଦିନଠାରୁ ସେ ଆହାର କମାଇ ଦେଇ ଏକ ଚତୁର୍ଥାଂଶକୁ ଆସି ଆଣିଥିଲେ। ସାତ୍विକ ଆହାର, ଦିବାନିଦ୍ରା ପରିହାର ପ୍ରଭୃତି ପ୍ରଥମ ସ୍ତରର ପାଳନୀୟ ବିଧି ନିଷେଧ ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ବିଧି ନିଷେଧ ଯାହାଙ୍କର କିଙ୍କର ସଦୃଶ ସେ ମହାପୁରୁଷ ମାନଙ୍କ ଠାରେ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଲୋକମାନେ ଇଚ୍ଛା କରନ୍ତି। ସୁତରାଂ ନିଷ୍ପ୍ରୟୋଜନ ହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସାଧାରଣ ଉପକାର ପାଇଁ ବେଳେବେଳେ ତାହା ଅବଲମ୍ବନ କରିବାକୁ ହୁଏ। ହାୟ, ଆମକୁ ଟାଣି ନେବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କେତେ ତଳକୁ ଖସି ଆସିବାକୁ ହୁଏ। କେବଳ ମୋତେ ଶିଷ୍ୟ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଯେତିକି ସହ୍ୟ କରିବାକୁ ହୋଇଛି, ବୋଧହୁଏ ଆଉ କେହି ତାହା ପାରିନଥାନ୍ତେ। ମୋର ପୁନର୍ବାର ବୈରାଗ୍ୟ ଉଦୟ ହେବାରୁ ଘରେ ଥିବା କନ୍ଥା ଓ କମ୍ବଳ ବିକ୍ରି କରି 1332 ସାଲ ଆଶ୍ୱିନ ମାସରେ ସପରିବାର ମହାଯାତ୍ରା କରି ମଠରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ହେଲି। ମାସେ ରହିବା ପରେ ଠାକୁର ଆଶ୍ରମ ବାସରେ ଅନୁମତି ଦେଲେ ସତ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ କହିଲେ ତୁମ ପୁଅ ଏଠାରେ 6-7 ବର୍ଷ ରହି ଯାହା ପାଇଛି, ଏବେ ମା ଭଉଣୀଙ୍କ ସହିତ ମିଶି ସେତକ ହରାଇ ବସିବ। ତତ୍ପରେ ମୁଁ ଆଉ କୌଣସି ଦିଗକୁ ନ ଚାହିଁ ଯେପରି ଯାଇଥିଲି ଠିକ୍ ସେହିପରି ସ୍ୱସ୍ଥାନକୁ ଫେରି ଆସିଲି। ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆମେ ବିଶେଷ କୌଣସି ଅବସର ଲାଭ କରି ନଥିବାରୁ ଶକ୍ତିରେ ସନ୍ଦିହାନ ହୋଇ ଏକଦା ଆମ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ନେଇ ନାନା ପ୍ରକାର ଆଲୋଚନା ହେଉଥିଲା। ଜନୈକା ଗୁରୁ ଭଗ୍ନୀଙ୍କ ପତ୍ରର ଶେଷରେ ମୁଁ ସେ କଥା ଲେଖି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇଥିଲି। ଅବଶ୍ୟ ସେଥିରେ ମୋର ନାମ ନଥିଲା, କେବଳ ହସ୍ତାକ୍ଷର ଥିଲା। ସେଇ ଗୁରୁ ଭଗ୍ନୀଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ଚିଠିଟି ପଢ଼ି ଖୁବ୍ ଭଲ ହୋଇଛି କହି ପୋଷ୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ। ଶେଷରେ ଠାକୁର ବିରକ୍ତି ସହକାରେ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଇଥିଲେ, ସାଧନ ଭଜନ କରିବ ନାହିଁ, ଅଥଚ ଦାବି କରି ଅବସ୍ଥା ଲାଭ କରିବ, ଏ ହେଲା ବିଷ ନାହିଁ କୁଲାଫାନ ଚକ୍କର। ବିଷ ଥାଇ କୁଲା ପରି ଫଣା ଟେକିଲେ ଯେପରି ନିରର୍ଥକ ସେହିପରି ଇତ୍ୟାଦି କହି କ୍ରୋଧ ପ୍ରକାଶ କଲେ। ତାଙ୍କ କ୍ରୋଧ ଶାନ୍ତି ନିମନ୍ତେ ହେଉ ବା ନିଜର ଭ୍ରମବଶତଃ ହେଉ, ଚିଠି ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧରେ ସେ କିଛି ଜାଣନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଲେଖିବାରୁ ଲେଖକ ଉପରେ ରାଗ କରି ଠାକୁର ପୁଣି ଚିଠି ଦେଲେ। ଅବଶ୍ୟ ଠାକୁର ମୋ ହସ୍ତାକ୍ଷର ଚିହ୍ନିଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ ନ ଚିହ୍ନିଲେ ବି ଲେଖିବା ଅପରାଧ ମୋର। ତେଣୁ ମୁଁ ଆନୁପୂର୍ବିକ ସମସ୍ତ ବିବରଣୀ ଜଣାଇ କ୍ଷମା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କଲି। ତଦୁତ୍ତରେ ଠାକୁର ମୋତେ ନିମ୍ନଲିଖିତ ପତ୍ରଟି ଲେଖି ଅଭୟ ପ୍ରଦାନ କଲେ। ଜୟଗୁରୁ, କଲ୍ୟାଣ ବରଷ, ପୁରୀ 20-10-32। ପରମ ଶୁଭାଶିଂ ରାସାୟ ନିତ୍ୟମ୍। ଗତକାଲି ତୁମ ଚିଠି ପାଇ ସମାଚାର ଅବଗତ ହେଲି। ଜଗତସାର ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କ ଚରିତ୍ର ମୋତେ ବିସ୍ମିତ କରିଛି। କାହା କଥା ସତ୍ୟ ନିର୍ଣ୍ଣୟ କରିବା ଦୁଃସାଧ୍ୟ। ମୋତେ କେହି ମିଥ୍ୟା କରେ, ତାର ମୋର ଜ୍ଞାନର ବାହାରେ। ଶିଷ୍ୟ ହୋଇ ମୁହଁରେ ଗୋଟିଏ କଥା, ମନରେ ଗୋଟିଏ କଥା, ଏହାର ମାନେ କ'ଣ? ଏହା ଦ୍ୱାରା କ'ଣ ଲାଭ ହେବ? କମାରକୁ ଲୁହା ଠକିଲେ ନିଜ ଅସ୍ତ୍ରରେ ଧାର ହେବ ନାହିଁ, ଏହି ସାଧାରଣ ଜ୍ଞାନର କ'ଣ କାହାର ନାହିଁ? ଲେଖିଛ ସେ ଚିଠି କଥା କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ଛାଡ଼, ମୁଁ କାହାକୁ କିଛି କହିବାକୁ ଚାହେଁ ନାହିଁ। ମୁଁ ସବୁ ବୁଝିଛି। ତୁମେମାନେ ମୋତେ ପ୍ରତାରିତ କରିପାର, କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମେମାନଙ୍କର ଫଳଦାତା ରୂପରେ ମୋ ହୃଦୟରେ ଯେ ବିରାଜିତ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ତାଙ୍କ ନିକଟରେ କିଛି ଠକାମି ଚଳିବ ନାହିଁ। ମାର୍ଗଶୀର ମାସରେ ତୁମେ ଯେଉଁ ଚିଠି ଦେଇଥିଲ, ସେଥିରେ ମୋର ପ୍ରାଣ ବିଗଳିତ ହୋଇଯାଇଥିଲା। ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ଚିଠିରେ ଏପରି କାହିଁକି ଲେଖିଲ? ତୁମକୁ ମୋର ବିହାରୀ ବୋଲି ତ ଭଲ ପାଇଛି। ତୁମ ଦ୍ୱାରା ପରେ ଅନେକ ଭକ୍ତ ପାଇଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ କ୍ରମଶଃ ଜଗତ୍ସୀ ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କ ବ୍ୟବହାରରେ ମନ କଠିନ ହୋଇଯାଉଛି। ଛାଡ଼, ତୁମ ଉପରେ ମୋର କୌଣସି ବିରକ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ସାଧାରଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସାବଧାନ ହୋଇ ଚଳିବ। ଅନ୍ୟ କାହାର ଚିଠିପତ୍ର ଲେଖିବ ନାହିଁ। ତୁମ ନିଜ କଥା ନିବେଦନ କରିବ। ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ ଜାଣିବି। ଇତି ଶୁଭାନୁଧ୍ୟାୟୀ ଶ୍ରୀ ନିଗମାନନ୍ଦ। ଯଦିଓ ଅସମର୍ଥ ଗୃହସ୍ଥମାନଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଆହାର ବିହାରରେ, ଆଚାର ବ୍ୟବହାରରେ ବିଶେଷ କୃଚ୍ଛତା କଠୋରତା ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଠାକୁର କରିନାହାନ୍ତି, ତଥାପି ମହାମ ଶିଷ୍ୟ ହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ କାହାରି ଉଚ୍ଛୃଙ୍ଖଳତା ବା ନୀତିହୀନତା ଦେଖିଲେ କେବେ ତାହା ସମର୍ଥନ କରନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ। ଧର୍ମଗ୍ରନ୍ଥାଦି ପାଠ ଅନୁଶୀଳନ ଯୋଗୁଁ ଏକଦା ଜନୈକା ସଦାଚାର ସମ୍ପନ୍ନା ପ୍ରୌଢ଼ା ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକ ମୋତେ ଅତ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଭଲ ପାଉଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ପୁରୁଷ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପରି ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ ଭାବରେ ଦିବାରାତ୍ରି ଆମ ଗୃହକୁ ଯାତାୟାତ କରୁଥିଲେ। ସୁଖ ଦୁଃଖ ବିପଦ ଆପଦରେ ସର୍ବଦା ପ୍ରାଣପଣେ କରୁଥିବାର ଦେଖି ଲୋକମାନେ ନାନା ପ୍ରକାର କୁତ୍ସାରଟନା ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ। ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯଥାସାଧ୍ୟ ବାଧା ଦେଇ ବାରଣ କରିବା ହେବାରୁ ଜଣେ ଗୁରୁ ଭାଇ ମୋ ସହିତ ପରାମର୍ଶ କରି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇଲେ। ବଗୁଡ଼ା ସମ୍ମିଳନୀରେ ଠାକୁର ଗଗନ ଭାଇ ପ୍ରଭୃତି ଭକ୍ତମାନଙ୍କୁ କହିଲେ, ବିହାରୀ କି କହିଦେବ, ଯଦି ସେ ପୁନର୍ବାର ସେ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକର ଛାୟା ସ୍ପର୍ଶ କରେ ତେବେ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ତ୍ୟାଗ କରିବି। ଯେଉଁଦିନ ଗଗନ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଏକଥା ଶୁଣି ସେଇଦିନ ସେ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକଟି ଆମ ଘରେ ମୋର ମୁମୂର୍ଷୁ ମାତାମହୀଙ୍କ ଶୁଶ୍ରୂଷାରେ ଲାଗିଥିଲେ। ଯଦିବା ଆମେ ସେତେବେଳେ ବିପନ୍ନ, ତଥାପି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଆମ ଘରେ ଦିନେ ବି ରହିବାକୁ ଦେଲି ନାହିଁ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜାଣିଲି ସେତେବେଳେ ରାତ୍ରି ସମୟ, ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଲୋକଟି କୁଆଡ଼େ ଯିବ, ଅଥଚ ମୁଁ ଆଉ ତାର ମୁହଁ ଚାହିଁବି ନାହିଁ ବୋଲି ସଂକଳ୍ପ କରିଛି। ସୁତରାଂ ଆଗାମୀ କାଲି ପ୍ରଭାତରୁ ତାକୁ ଚାଲିଯିବାକୁ କହି ମୁଁ ମହେନ୍ଦ୍ର ଭାଇଙ୍କ ଘରକୁ ଯାଇ ସେଠାରେ ଆହାର କରି ଶୋଇପଡ଼ିଲି। ପରେ ନର୍ମଦା ଭାଇଙ୍କ ପତ୍ରରୁ ଏହି ସମ୍ବାଦ ଜାଣି ଠାକୁର ଆନନ୍ଦ ପ୍ରକାଶ କରିଥିଲେ। ଜଣେ ଗୁରୁ ଭାଇ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ପ୍ରକାରାନ୍ତରେ ଗଞ୍ଜେଇ ଖାଇବାର ଅନୁମତି ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ କହିଲେ। ଠାକୁର, ମୁଁ ତୁମ ନାମରେ ଗଞ୍ଜେଇ ବି ନିବେଦନ କରେ। ଠାକୁର ତାଙ୍କର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ବୁଝିପାରି ବିରକ୍ତ ହୋଇ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଲେ, ନା ବାବା, ତୁମର ଗଞ୍ଜେଇ ଖାଇବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହେଉଛି ତ ଖାଅ, କିନ୍ତୁ ମୋ ନାଁରେ ନିବେଦନ କର ନାହିଁ। ମୁଁ ଗଞ୍ଜେଇ ଖାଇବାକୁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ରୟ ଦେଇପାରିବି ନାହିଁ। ଏହି ପ୍ରକାର କୁଟିଳ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଅସନ୍ତୋଷର କାରଣ ହୁଏ। କାହାର ବିବାହ କରିବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହୋଇଛି, ସରଳ ଭାବେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇଲେ ହୁଏତ ହୃଷ୍ଟ ବିଚିତ୍ତରେ ଅନୁମତି ଦେଇପାରନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତାହା ନ କରି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଦୋଷ ଲଦି ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଆଦେଶରେ ଅନିଚ୍ଛା ସତ୍ତ୍ୱେ ବିବାହ କରିଛି ବୋଲି କୈଫିୟତ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିବେ, ଠାକୁର ବିବାହ କରିବି? ଏପରି ସ୍ଥଳରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଏହି ଯେ ବିବାହ କରିବାକୁ ପ୍ରବଳ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଥିବାରୁ ମନରେ ଏହି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଉଠିଛି। ଯାହାର ଇଚ୍ଛା ନାହିଁ ସେ କେବଳ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ କରିବ ନାହିଁ। ଆଦେଶ ଅନୁମତି ଏକାର୍ଥକ ନୁହେଁ। ଠାକୁର ନିଜ ତରଫରୁ ଯାହା କୁହନ୍ତି ତାହା ହେଲା ପ୍ରକୃତ ଆଦେଶ, ଆଉ ଭକ୍ତଙ୍କ ଇଚ୍ଛାରେ ଯାହା କରିବାକୁ ବାଧ୍ୟ ହୁଅନ୍ତି ତାହାର ନାମ ଅନୁମତି। ଏହି ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ରବଞ୍ଚନା ହେବା କଥା। ପ୍ରବଞ୍ଚନା ପ୍ରସାଦ ଗ୍ରହଣ ସମୟରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ କରିଥାଉ। ଅନେକ ସମୟରେ ପ୍ରସାଦରେ ଦ୍ୱାହି ଦେଇ ନିଜର ଲୋଭ ଚରିତାର୍ଥ କରୁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ବସ୍ତୁ ହିସାବ ଯାହା ଆମର ଲୋଭନୀୟ ହୁଏ ନୁହେଁ, ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଭୁକ୍ତାବଶେଷ ବୋଲି ଲୋଭନୀୟ ଓ ଭକ୍ତବ୍ୟ, ତାହା ହିଁ ହେଲା ପ୍ରକୃତ ପ୍ରସାଦ। ଯାହା ହେଉ, ଏହି ଦୁଇଟି ବିଷୟରେ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରବଞ୍ଚନାର ଭାବ ରହିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭିତରେ ଭଲ। ରିପୁର ତାଡ଼ନାରେ ଆମେ ଯାହା କରିବା ବା ଖାଇବା ତାହା ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇ କରିବା ଓ ଖାଇବା ଭଲ। ପ୍ରବଳ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଭୟରେ ବିଶେଷ ଗର୍ହିତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରୁ ବିରତି ଆସିବ। ଆଉ ପ୍ରସାଦ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଲୋଭ ଚରିତାର୍ଥ କରିବାର ସଂକଳ୍ପ ରଖିଲେ ଖାଦ୍ୟ ଖାଦକର ଗୋଟେ ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ରହିବ। ରୋଗ ରହିଲେ ବୈଦ୍ୟଙ୍କ ନିକଟକୁ ଯିବାକୁ ହେବ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ରୋଗକୁ ଗୋପନ ରଖିବାକୁ ହୁଏ ତେବେ ବୈଦ୍ୟ ନିକଟକୁ ଯିବା ଲାଭ କ'ଣ? ଆମେ ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମାନ୍ତରର କୁସଂସ୍କାରରେ ଆବଦ୍ଧ ହୋଇଛୁ ବୋଲି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଆଶ୍ରୟ ନେଇଛୁ। ସୁତରାଂ ସଂସ୍କାର ବଶରେ ଗର୍ହିତ କର୍ମରେ ଲିପ୍ତ ଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ କୌଣସି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଅଜ୍ଞାତ ସାରରେ କିଛି କରୁଛୁ ବୋଲି ମୋର ଧାରଣା ନାହିଁ। ଜନୈକ ବିଶିଷ୍ଟ ଗୁରୁ ଭାଇଙ୍କର ଉଚ୍ଛୃଙ୍ଖଳତା ଦେଖି ଆମେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇବାରୁ ସେ ଯେଉଁ ଚିଠି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ନିମ୍ନରେ ତାହା ଉଦ୍ଧୃତ କରୁଛି। ଯେତିକି ପ୍ରୟୋଜନ ପତ୍ର ପାଠ ଦ୍ୱାରା ବୁଝି ହେବ, ସୁତରାଂ ବିସ୍ତୃତ ବିବରଣ ପ୍ରକାଶ କରିବା ଅନାବଶ୍ୟକ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
Jai Guru. This is Thakur Mahaprabhu, page number 109 to 105 summary. So previous week we read how Bhai was saying, we had heard the story of Thakur from his mouth, how joyful and then satisfying that was. And then Thakur never wished to supernatural events in his biography, because that might bias his devotees. He never wished to publish supernatural events in his biography. So, like someone trouble kids, what they do, they go and complain to their father. Likewise, by the devotee, Thakura wrote a letter to Bihari Bhai a few days later. Dear, I received the money. I'm not feeling well. Slight expression and shortness of breath. Chest pain also occurs. It is difficult for me to write a letter. Heart weakness was the main reason. Maybe I cannot go to the mutt during the festival. Willing to go. If all goes well, I'll let you know in the course of time. I have received the gift sent by Mrs. Basant. Let her know. Today I received a letter from Rajni and Gyanada. Gyanada has written that Ishan is a little angry not getting an answer to his letter. But what Ishan wanted to know about was written in the response to Gagan's letter. What else can I do if someone gets angry with me without understanding my situation? And Rajni and Gyan's letter are full of madness. So basically, Thakur was not entertaining letters written about the disease, sickness, poverty, etc. So he always say like he doesn't want to talk about these things. If you write things like that, except the 7 bhajans that he had told all his devotees, it will not do any good to anybody. So, but he was a little bit irritated because he was not well that time, and then he was saying to Bihari Bhai, don't be sad. Try to understand my suffering, my love and blessing to all. I pray that your wisdom and good will be fulfilled. When Ramachandra Puri saw like ants in Mahaprabhu's ashram, he said, perhaps sweet is used in sannyasi's ashram. Otherwise, why would ants run here? From next day onwards, he reduced the food and brought a quarter of it. Mahapurusas, whose first level of compliance regulations are basically two things. First thing is sattvic food, and then prohibit sleeping during the daytime. Those basic, if the Mahapurusas are following, people follow them. For us, no one else could have endured as much as Thakura had to endure just by making Bihari Bhai as a disciple. Bhai decided, okay, he's gonna hold everything. He's gonna sold his clothes and blankets at home, and then went on pilgrimage with his family in the year of 1332 in the Ashwin month and came to the much finally. After a stay, Thakur was allowed to go to the ashram, but when he said, whatever your son has achieved by staying here for 6 or 7 years, now he's going to lose everything. Staying with his mother and sister. And then he returned to his place exactly as he had left without looking in any other direction. Since they had not gained any special position till now or not much growth in the spiritual path, some of the devotees, they were like discussing about Thakur, they are doubting about Thakur. So they wrote a letter to Thakur, but Bihari Bhai just put his signature in there, and then Thakur wrote the letter and he was very upset. He replied to their letter, received your letter yesterday. I am surprised to hear all devotees thinking. It is beyond my knowledge that anyone can write a lie being a disciple. One word on the face, one word on the mind. What does it mean? What will be the benefit? Even the blacksmith iron will not sharpen his own weapon if it is not truthful. I do not want to say anything to anyone. I understand everything. You may deceive me, but who you are victorious in my heart, in from the benefactor will not be deceived. My soul was disturbed by the letter you gave in the month of Margasira. Why did you write like that in the next letter? I like you so much. I call you as my Bihari. I got many devotees after you, but gradually the mind is getting hardened here. All the things for devotees. I'm not mad at you, but don't write someone else. I mean, don't put signature or write someone else's letter. You will plead your, you just plead your blessing. Srinagarnanda. Bhai was collecting reading books and scriptures, and then during that time, along with men, women were also coming to Bihar Bhai house. Thakur was very upset with that. Thakur never entertained women come to anybody's house during late nights. So Thakur expressed his concern to Biharbai, then Biharbai. So he stopped eventually. So Thakur expressed his joy when he heard Biharbai stopped allowing women coming to his house freely. One of the devotees asked Thakur if he could get permission to have some marijuana. Thakur, I used to have marijuana in your name. Thakur understood his intention and angrily replied, no, if you want to eat marijuana, go ahead and do it, but do not eat in my name. I can never allow anyone or any of my devotees to eat marijuana. This kind of stupid question causes Thakur displeasure. If you want to, some people want to get married, but they just ask in different ways. People tell the Thakur, hey, okay, I wanted to marry, but instead of doing so to lay the blame on Thakur to prove that he got married against Thakur's order, he asked, could I get married, Thakur? And Thakur said in such a place is that this question has arisen in the mind because of the strong desire to get married. Then why are you asking me now? You have already the strong desire to get married. He who has no desire will never question like that. We also do this type of things while taking prasad. While taking prasad, we do not see if many times we just see okay how satisfying the prasad. We eat a lot. We don't consider taking prasad for others, things like that. But what we do not covet in terms of material things, the speech of Thakur is basically the real prasad for us, not the food. If you are sick and you should go to the doctor, but what is the use of going to the doctor if you do not tell the detail about the disease clearly to the doctor? We have taken refuge in Thakur saying that we are stuck in the superstition of birth. We have no idea that any disciple is doing anything without Thakur's knowledge. Better we inform him everything that we are doing. When Bhai informed about how indisciplined some devotees are, Thakur was sad and Thakur wrote a letter as below, just to some of the devotees who are indisciplined. After almost a year, I came to Puri on the 4th morning of Chaitra month. The next day I got all the news from your letter. I do not write to anyone anymore, but this time forced to break the resolution. I am writing this letter with a very small heart. You can show this letter to others if you want. I have never prohibited any of my disciples from going to another saint, Mahatma or Mahapurush. Therefore, there are many opinions and many paths. So, it is not good to leave the opinion or the path of your own guru and accept the opinion of other paths. So, basically, Thakur was never entertaining people like his following and other Mahatmas or Mahapurush. There are similar instructions in the scripture, but if any devotee considers someone greater or more powerful than me and adapt his opinion or path for his own good, I'll not be upset. What I do not have, if they are getting from somebody else, that's okay. If no one gets it if no one gets it from me, okay. But if those who I love and they bring evil upon themselves, then it causes a sorrow for me. So that was really makes a lot of sorrows for Thakur. Very good. Yeah, that here will conclude our Mr. Thakur Mahatma for today. Very good.
Jaguru. Sata kumara विश्वासा नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास कुमारा विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास मोरा विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई प्रभु दिया तुम प्रेम दाना हृदय रखी बिकारी जताना प्रभु दिया तुम प्रेम दाना हृदय रखी बिकारी जताना लाला बील जीवी तको लाला बील जीवी तको साथिरे नहीं माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास कुमारा विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई हृदय रसीरे फुटाई दिया तुम पद कमला हृदय रसीरे फुटाई दिया तुम पद कमला मन कलसीरे पुराई दिया तुम प्रेम सलीला मन कलसीरे पुराई दिया तुम प्रेम सलीला ସେହି ପ୍ରେମ ଜଳେ ଅବଗାହି ଗୁରୁପାଦ ପଦ୍ମେ ଚିତ ଧ୍ୟାଇ ସେହି ପ୍ରେମ ଜଳେ ଅବଗାହି ଗୁରୁପାଦ ପଦ୍ମେ ଚିତ ଧ୍ୟାଇ ଜୀବନର ଯେତେ କାଳ ଜୀବନର ଯେତେ କାଳ देवी बिताई जीवनर जेते काल देवी बिताई एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास कुमारा विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई अखिल ब्रह्मांड स्वामी तुमे परा जनक मोर अखिल ब्रह्मांड स्वामी हे तुमे परा जनक मोर तुमे थाउ थाउ तीनि भुवने मोर ताहाकु डर तुमे थाउ थाउ तीनि भुवने मोर ताहाकु डर कर तुम प्रेम धने धनी केबे हेबी नहीं अभिमानी कर तुम प्रेम धने धने केबे हेबी नहीं अभिमानी इति सौभाग्य सिना इति सौभाग्य सिना तुमरे पाई इति सौभाग्य सिना तुमरे पाई एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास कुमार विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई ए भव सागरे बुहाई दिया तुम प्रेम तरंग ए भव सागरे बुहाई दिया तुम प्रेम तरंग आहे प्रेम माया कर हे पारी नाव धरिण मंग आहे प्रेम माया कर हे पारी नाव धरिण मंग मोर एही मात्र अभिलाष कर तुम श्री चरणे दास मोर एही मात्र अभिलाष कर तुम श्री चरणे दास करुथिबि सेवा तुम करुथिबि सेवा तुम नाम को गाई करुथिबि सेवा तुम नाम को गाई एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ी निश्वास कुमार विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई निश्वास कुमार विश्वास नहीं प्रभु एही माटी घटू दिने जीव पड़ाई
जय गुरु। संसार पथे Part 1, Chapter 31. Worldly people, for appropriate reasons, are keen on worshipping Goddess with name. But even after worshipping her, why are they of Goddess Lakshmi solely for getting their peace? Through their invocation, one will not be able to obtain the grace of God. In the present era, one should try to follow modern scientific approaches to earn money. However, the modern ignorant have abandoned Narayana and are busy worshipping Lakshmi. They don't understand that Goddess Lakshmi is the servant of Narayana. She can never be present when someone abandons Narayana. When the feet of Narayana sit at one's home, he arrives there automatically. The inherent meaning of this statement is that when one observes dharma, prosperity appears on its own. However, influence of prevailing times in such that everyone is busy worshipping wealth, wholeheartedly having
forsaken dharma. There are many in the world who complain that due to the lack of money, they are unable to think of and perform spiritual practices. However, what makes it special if we worship Him with His gifts? The ocean, the prosperity of jewels is the abode, and Lakshmi He is the supreme being. Hence, there is nothing one can give Him. The gopis have stolen His heart. Hence, that is the only thing He lacks. If we surrender our heart to Him, we will gain all the wealth in the universe. If there is the intention to help others, it can be accomplished in many ways, providing financial help. As charity and compassion grows more and more in one's heart, lost anger and greedy diminishes. Every mind and others should not get anything. That state is called greed. Ignoring others' happiness, a greedy person engages in many sinful activities just to enjoy a luxurious life by hook or like wealth, gems, house, expensive clothing, and jewelry made. Gifting is the only good use of wealth. Regularly practicing charity reduces the urge to take others' pleasure. All financial problems result if one practices charity. Better payback than charity. Charity is the path. By doing charity, one can even win others over others' enemy, be cured of all illness, and acquire knowledge. What more shall I say? One can gain dharma, artha, karma, moksha by doing charity. One should practice charity every day with a pure donate a portion of their wealth which is earned in a righteous way. If one does not get motivated to do charity by seeing miseries of people around, then where is his humanity? God has created misery and distress in the world to enhance the quality among the jiva. Therefore, doing charity for tormented people is mankind's foremost duty. All siddhi is achieved only by doing charity. Vedabhaya said, I consider the beggars as guru because donating to the beggars leads to chittasiddh mind. There won't be any resolution of momentary problem without charity. The wealth that is hard to earn, difficult to keep and hard to spend, that wealth can only be useful for nothing but charity. Charity is indeed the ultimate dharma. When charity is done without any expectation or payback, but simply as following Guru's instruction, then it is termed as sattvic charity. Charity is considered as yoga dharma of Kali Yuga. No argue to steal is firmly established by charity. One who establishes Asaya and gets all the wealth and opulence in the world. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Our question answer discussion time is so we have nearly full. आज आम संघ सभक पढ़िले जे आम तो प्रार्थना करुचे आम रियली जाने आमर कौन दरकार तेणु आम मागिला बेले भूल जिनस मागी दौचे गोटे जिनस ही आमर दरकार से आत्मज्ञान भाव तेणु से जिनसा मागवा दरकार जोटा कि आम मागुने अन्य जिनस सब मागी दौचे कहले आम देह नुह এই ধাରଣାটা হବା ଦରକାର। ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ନିଜକୁ ପଏଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛେ we always point to us as the body, ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ଆଧ୍ୟାତ୍ମିକ ୱାର୍ଡରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଦେହାତ୍ମ ବୋଧ, ଦେହକୁ ଆତ୍ମା ବୋଧ କରିବା, ଭାବିବା। ସେ ଭାବନାଟା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯାଏ ଥାଏ ସେତେବେଳେ ଯାଏ କେବଳ ଭୁଲ ଜିନିଷ ହିଁ ଆମେ ମାଗିବା, କେବେ ଠିକ ଜିନିଷ ମାଗିପାରିବାନି। ମନରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯାଏ କାମନା ବାସନା ଥିବ ଦେହଟା ଯେ ଆତ୍ମା ନୁହଁ ସେ ଧାରଣାଟା ଜମା ହବନି। ଆମେ ଏଠି ପଢିଦବା ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି, ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି ସତ ତ ହେଇଥିବ କିନ୍ତୁ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରେ ସେଟା କାମରେ ଲଗେଇ ପାରିବାନି। ତେଣୁ so it comes down to taking care of କାମନା and ବାସନା। ତାର ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଉପାୟ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି ଆତ୍ମଜ୍ଞାନ ହେଇଯିବ କହିଦେଲେ ତ ହୁଏନି। ଆମେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଇବା, ଖାଲି ଭଲ ପାଇବା, ଆଉ କିଛି ନାହିଁ, ନିଛକ ଭଲ ପାଇବା, ତାହେଲେ ଏ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ କାମନା ବାସନା କମିଯିବ, ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଆମ ବୋଧ ହେଇଯିବ ଯେ ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କର। ସଦ୍ଗୁରୁଙ୍କୁ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ପାଇଲେ ସିଏ ସବୁ ଦେଇପାରନ୍ତି, ଶକ୍ତି ମୁକ୍ତି ସବୁ ଦେଇପାରନ୍ତି। ମୁକ୍ତି ହେଲା ଇଏ ଜଗତର ଯୋଉ ଧନ ସମ୍ପତ୍ତି ଇତ୍ୟାଦି ତାକୁ ଦେଇପାରନ୍ତି, ମୁକ୍ତି ବି ଦେଇପାରନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ଯଦି ତାଙ୍କ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ପାଇବା ତା ହେଇଯିବ। ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ ମନେ ରଖିବା ଯେ କଣ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଯେ ଯାହାକୁ ପାଇଲେ ଆମର ଆଉ କିଛି ଅପ୍ରାପ୍ୟ ରହିବନି। ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖା ହେଇନି, ବଟ୍ ଏଟା ମୁଁ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଇୟର ତା ଉପରେ ପଢୁଥିଲି। So I tried to make a Anand Sabha skit for the kids. It didn't work out because people didn't understand. But ଛାନ୍ଦୋକ୍ୟ ଉପନିଷଦରେ ଆସିଛି, ଉଦ୍ଦାଳକ ଋଷି ତାଙ୍କର ପୁଅ ଫେରି ଆସିଛି ଉପନୟନ ପରେ, ଗୁରୁଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଯାଇ ପାଠ ସାରିକି ଫେରି ଆସିଛି, କହିଲା ମୁଁ ସବୁ ପାଠ ଜାଣିଛି ଇତ୍ୟାଦି। It has a little bit of a pride in him. So ଉଦ୍ଦାଳକ asked him the question, ତୁ କଣ ଏମିତିଆ ପାଠ କଣ ଜାଣିଛୁ ମତେ କହ ଯାହାଫଳରେ କି ଆଉ କିଛି ଜାଣିବାର ଦରକାର ହବନି। ଏମିତି କଣ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ପାଇଛୁ ଯାହା ପାଇଲା ପରେ ଆଉ କିଛି ପାଇବାର ଦରକାର ହବନି। So basically ସେ ମିନ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ have you understood who you are? ଆତ୍ମା କିଏ? ଏଠି ଆମର ସଂସର୍ଗରେ ଏକ୍ଜାକ୍ଟଲି ସେ କଥାଟା ଆଲୋଚନା କରିଛନ୍ତି। So I just remembered ଛାନ୍ଦୋକ୍ୟ ଉପନିଷଦର ସେ ବାର୍ତ୍ତା। କଣ ପାଇଲେ ଆଉ ପାଇବାର କିଛି ରହିବନି, କଣ ଜାଣିଲେ ଆଉ ଜାଣିବାର କିଛି ରହିବନି। ଅଦ୍ୱୈତ ବେଦାନ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିଲେ ସେ କହିବେ ଯେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଆଣ୍ଡ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ବୋଲି କହିବେ। ଯେ ଭକ୍ତି ମାର୍ଗରେ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଜାଣିଲେ ଆଉ ଜାଣିବାର କିଛି ରହିବନି, ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ପାଇଲେ ଆଉ କିଛି ପାଇବାର ରହିବନି। ତେଣୁ ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ପାଇଁ କଣ କରିବା ଦରକାର? କେତେ ଗୁଡା ହିଣ୍ଟ ଦିଆହେଇଛି। ଗୋଟେ ଚିତ୍ତଶୁଦ୍ଧି ଉପରେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ଆମର ସେ ଗୀତଟି କୋଟ କରି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଗୋଟାଏ ଦିଗରେ ଧ୍ୟାନ ଅବଲମ୍ବନ କରିବ, ଅନ୍ୟ ଦିଗରେ ନିଷ୍କାମ କର୍ମ କରିବ। এইটা ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଚିତ୍ତଶୁଦ୍ଧିର ସେକେଣ୍ଡ କି ଥାର୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟେପ୍ ହବ, କାହିଁକିନା ତାର ଇନିସିଆଲ ଷ୍ଟେପଟା ଯୋଉଠି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯଦି ବ୍ରହ୍ମଚର୍ଯ୍ୟ ସାଧନା ପଢିବେ ତା ଦେହରେ ଦିଆହେଇଛି। ଚିତ୍ତଶୁଦ୍ଧିର ପ୍ରଥମ ସୋପାନଟି ହେଲା ଆହାର ଶୁଦ୍ଧି, ଆଉ ଆହାର ଶୁଦ୍ଧି ମାନେ ସାତ୍ବିକ ଆହାର ଖାଇବେ। ସାତ୍ବିକ ଆହାର ଯଦି ଅଭ୍ୟାସ କରିଦେବେ, ସବୁବେଳେ ଘରେ ଥିଲାବେଳେ ସାତ୍ବିକ ଆହାର ଖାଇବେ, ବାହାରେ ଗଲେ କେତେବେଳେ କେମିତି ଯଦି ତା ଦେହରୁ ବ୍ୟତିକ୍ରମ ଘଟୁଛି ତା ଦେହରେ ବେଶୀ କିଛି କ୍ଷତି ହବନି, କାହିଁକିନା ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ଦି ଦିନ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲେ ସେ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଟୁ ସାତ୍ବିକ ଆଉ ସାତ୍ବିକ ଚିନ୍ତା। ଏଇ ଦିଟା ହେଲା ତାର ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନ ଅଫ ଷ୍ଟେପ୍ 1। ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଧ୍ୟାନ ଆଉ ନିଷ୍କାମ କର୍ମ କଥା। ସେ ଧ୍ୟାନଟା କଣ, ଧ୍ୟାନଟା ଯଦି ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନଟା ଠିକ ନଥିବ ତା ଉପରେ ଘର କଲେ କଣ ହବ, ସେ ଭୁଷୁଡ଼ି ପଡିବ। ତେଣୁ ଆମକୁ ଫାଉଣ୍ଡେସନଟା ଠିକ କରିବାର ଅଛି, ତାପରେ ଅନ୍ୟ କାମ କଲେ ଧୀରେ 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 ଚିତ୍ତଟା ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ହୋଇ ଆସିବ। ଯେତେ ଚିତ୍ତ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ହେଇଯିବ ତାଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ବିଶ୍ୱାସଟା ବି ବଢିଯିବ। ତେଣୁ ଆମର ଡିସ୍କସନଟା ଏଇଠି ରଖିବା। ସେ ନେଗେଟିଭ ଥଟ୍ ଉପରେ ହେଇଛି, ଆମେ ପଢିପାରିନେ, ସେତେ ବାଟ ଯାଇପାରିନେ। So we'll just stop the discussion here. Any questions anybody has? We still have 3 minutes. ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ପଢୁଥିଲେ ତା ଦେହରେ ଗୋଟେ ସେତେ ବାଟ ପଢା ହେଇପାରିନି ବୋଧେ। ପ୍ରାଥମିକ ସାଧକ ମାନେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ମନେ ରଖିବେ ଯେ ଶ୍ରୀଗୁରୁଦେବ ହିଁ ପରମବ୍ରହ୍ମ ସ୍ୱରୂପ। से निजे गुरु पर 3 पाद अमृत भूमि रही अन्य एक पादरे बहु लीला करछंती तेणु जीवमात्र के तांकर अंश से अखंड चैतन्य जीव खंड चैतन्य अखंड चैतन्य खंड साजी पुणी अखंड सहित मिसिया पर्यंत जीव को जिते प्रकार अवस्था दे गति करे हुए से सब ब्रह्मकर लीला लीला खंड हो पुणी से खंड मान निज आड़ टाणी नियंती खंडर अखंड अनंत अंतर जी आकर्षण हुए अखंड को खंड से आकर्षण हुए ये जीव को कहते खंड आत्मा नुहति कारण खंड मान से अलग कर अखंड सहित मिसवा दायित्व ठाकुर कहते मो बिना तुम मानकर अन्य गति ना गोटे चिठी लिखी जड़े शिष्य पाखक यह हूँ गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवान आत्मा परमात्मा आंतर्जातिक गुप्त लीला आ गोटे कथा हूँ वृत्ति सहित संग्राम कले साधक शक्ति वृद्धि लाभ करे आम जो विभिन्न प्रकार वृत्ति अच्छी खराब वृत्ति भल वृत्ति सब अच्छी सहित यदि आम संग्राम करवा कंट्रोल करने चेष्टा करवा ताहले आमर शक्ति वृद्धि हम नदी समुद्र मिसिया जावा बेले ताहार गतिपथरे कौन बाधा पड़े ताहार स्रोतर बेग बढ़ी जाए सेहीपरि जो मैंने परमात्मा सहित मिलित होगापी एकांत इच्छुक से कौन बाधा बंधन अटकई पारे ना देवासुर संग्राम प्रथम असुर शक्ति विजय हेले शेष देवशक्ति विजय लाभ करता विजय लाभ करने लक्ष्यपथ धरी अविराम गति करने ठाकुर कहते जीवन लक्ष्य जपरी निष्कंप प्रदीपवत जीवन शेष मुहूर्त पर्यंत उज्जवल रहे से दृष्टि दियो निष्कंप प्रदीपवत दीपटा जलुची तो पवन फवन किसी ना से स्टेडी होकर जलुव सेमती जीवन सारा आमको स्टेडी होकर रही अच्छे निगमोत्तर आम जीवन लक्ष्य श्री ठाकुर को अंतर लाभ करवा यही लक्ष्य चित्त क्षेत्र छड़ा अन्य कहार छवि जब न पड़े से शेष मुहूर्त पर्यंत तांकरी चिंतार मन को स्थिर रखापी चेष्टा निरत होगा पड़ो स्वयं जगतगुरु श्रीकृष्ण कहते अंत काले च मामेव स्मरण मुक्ता कलेवरम जह प्रयाति समद्भाव जाति नास्त्य संशय 8म अध्याय तारक ब्रह्मयोगर 5म श्लोक अर्थात जो व्यक्ति अंत काल मत ही स्मरण करी करी देह त्याग करती से जे मोर साक्षात स्वरूप प्राप्त हुंती एथिरे तिलमात्र संदेह नहीं पुनराय गीतारे श्रीकृष्ण कहते अभ्यास जोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं जाति पार्थानु चिंतयन जी परमेश्वर को ध्यान अभ्यास कले चित्त क्षेत्र सब चिंता कर मृत्यु समय सी मन पड़जी जदि आप चिंता करना केमती आसिक चिंता कर मृत्यु बेलू से मन पड़नी जमी शुआ राम 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 कहता है जब बिलेटे आसला तक अटाक करने से सागे सागे कें करे कहीं राम राम आसे मरणे आम अवस्था से हम एनिवे आम समय हो जाइए अदिति यंग एस्पिरेंट सेशन आरंभ करें अदितिर अच्छी प्रार्थना संगीत अदिति when you are ready जय गुरु
जय गुरु पराण मधुपा नरशिला जेबे कमल चरणी तब कहा दयामया जीवन रिया कहा दयामया जीवन रिया के सुख भाबा अकाल नाधाना थाई कारण नहीं ताही लाभे लाभा सिधानिया नाई परमारतानी जाना जेबे नाथी बा अति अलियाड़ा कोणार दुलाड़ा कमल मुख विभवा थाई की बालभा जीविता
फुरिबा मान गगनी जीवितबा प्रेम ससीकार नासिबा छारसीननबा ससंकमायुखा तिमिरसारी दिसिबा सतीनायिकारा प्रेमानुरागे कारिमातिना संभावा प्रेमा मारे जीविता प्रेमा माणी झाड़ीना दिसिबा मोह परमादि तब पद जे संसायतीले घाटिबा कुतकाळानगा विषमगाराळा दंसनरुबाळी जीवा पराणधूपा नरसिला जेबे कमाळचारणीता कहादया माया जीवनारिया कहादया माया जीवनारिया के सुखबाई भाबा पराण मधुपा नरसिला जेबे कमाळचारणीता
Jai Guru Spirit. We'll start with attendance, and I did send out the reading last night, so hopefully while we're doing that, you all can pull that up. Yeah.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Agyasa. Aishi.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Anhik.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Ash.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Anshu.
Jai Guru Subhasin.
Jai Guru Arnav.
Jai Guru Satchi.
Jai Guru Aaron.
Jai Guru, he's not here.
Jai Guru Arush.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Aryan.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Jamo.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru Divya. Amy.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Jagat.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Nice.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
Jai Rama.
Jai Guru. Pratyush.
Jai Rama.
Jai Guru. Santi.
Jai Guru Mahatma India Jai.
Jai Guru.
Jai.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Sarsak? Bhakti?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Avi?
Jai Guru, he's coming.
Jai Guru. Okay. Jai Guru Ma. Jai Guru. Shreya?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Anna?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jimmy?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Simran?
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Jai
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Tani? Jai Guru, she's coming. Jai Guru. You.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Is there anyone I missed or who's just?
No, you missed Timmy.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru to me. Okay. Aditi, can you explain the meaning of the song you just sang?
Jai Guru, the meaning of the song is that everyone should always keep Thakura in their heart and think about him. Materialistic objects in the world, and it is easy to become absorbed in them. When people always focus on money and family, they tend to forget about Thakura. Forget about Thakura because of all their worries and their troubles. And Thakura is the one who helps solve all of them. And without Thakura, your life it doesn't have much meaning. Thakura.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, as we talk, we emphasize a lot faith and remembering Thakura in our daily lives, and putting him at the center of everything is very important. But again, like the song says, as we talk about often, we get distracted by so many things in our lives, and even when we talk about it and we know, he's the whatever, all of that other stuff, just distractions from him will guide us through, and he's the most important and the one that will guide us. We always have those troubles with these distractions. Another beautiful song, and like with songs, it's another way for us to express devotion and faith and keep him near us. Okay, so today we're going to we last month, but last few months on what had this second session. We've been so far this year we've learned about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Gauranga Dev, same person, just different names depending on who's talking about him. And we learned about him, who he is, and his biography. Today we're going to be learning more about Shankaracharya and who he is. So we'll start with his biography, and then there are philosophies that he's associated with that he spread, and we'll discuss some more of those, and we have discussed those in the past in coming sessions. Before we get into reading it, does anyone remember why we've been talking about Gauranga Dev and now Shankaracharya? Remember what his importance is to us. Or who he is. Naisik, any ideas who Shankaracharya is or why we're discussing him?
Kind of like he's famous in Hinduism because he established a couple of like monasteries. I'm pretty sure, like in like the four corners, like the holy corners of India.
Yeah, Jai Guru, yeah. So he does not. He is a very important figure in Hinduism, and we'll read in the biography the accomplishments and some of the things that he did that we still follow or are important to us as Hindus today. But I also do want to mention, and we'll talk about Thakur's relationship and how he's connected to Shankaracharya as we read this. But we have mentioned Thakur that one of so he talks about the in how we're not as we do a lot with faith, love, that is influenced by the teachings of Mahaprabhu Gaurangadev. And when we talk about when we Upadesh or other books that with Buddhist teachings, a lot of those teachings, and I'll explain why in a bit here, a lot of those teachings and that we learn will come from this philosophy from Shankaracharya, and that will make sense as true. Before we get into this, I do want to note at least the dates. Here I've seen multiple biographies. There is some discussion of when Shankaracharya lived exactly because it was so long ago. So the date that they have for his birth in what we're reading, if any of you have other books and have read about him, might be different. This is one that I've seen most often, but for the main part, it's somewhere between 500 to 900 CE is his life period. So well before a lot of what we've talked about. And then most of the details mentioned here are ones found by most biographers for him. So we'll go ahead and read this. Pratyush, if you have it in front of you, do you want to go ahead and read the passage?
Sure. When Shankara was born in 788 AD, Hinduism was in disarray. Their sects were constantly quarreling with each other. The common people were interested in increasing religions like Buddhism and Jainism. Shankara was born in Kerala. Shankara's father died when he was very young. Shankara was what we would today call a child prodigy. He mastered all 4 Vedas by 908, and from a very young age, Shankara wanted to become a sannyas monk. His mother did not agree to it. One day, while Shankara was taking near his house, a crocodile grabbed his leg. The visitor was nearby but had no way to rescue him. Seeing that his end was near, to give him permission to surrender, so that he could die at least die as a sannyasi. At wit's end, he consented. No sooner had Shankara recited the mantras to take sannyas, the crocodile released his leg and swam away. Shankara left home and started learning under his guru Govinda Bhagavad. The basic theme of Shankara's religion is soul and God are not two, both Advaita Vedanta. Shankara emphasized the importance of pramana, reasoning, and anubhava, a personal experience, and understanding the knowledge contained in sacred texts. Shankaracharya traveled through the country, covering its length and breadth 3 times with his disciples, challenging groups of other sects to debate and being judged by them. Shankara won every such debate and taught people with his teachings. Shankara's commentaries on the 10 major Upanishads, sutras, became because he protects the Hinduism. Another famous book by the name Vivek Chudamani is said to have been written by Adi Shankara. This book has been translated into several languages and numerous commentaries have been written on it, but most scholars do not believe this is to be Shankara's work. In a similar way, almost 300 works are attributed to Shankara, but most are believed to have been written by admirers and anonymous writers. Shankaracharya established 4 mathas, monasteries, at the 4 corners of the country: at Srinagari in Karnataka in the south, Dwarka in Gujarat in the west, Puri in Odisha in the east, and Badkhand in the north. Shankaracharya died at the young age of 32, but reinvigorated the Hindu religion and wrote bhashyas that are read to this day by those seeking knowledge of Hinduism. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Before we begin discussion, does anyone have questions? If not, so are we getting to related? I don't know. It mentions it here. Does anyone specific anything about what at the time of Shankaracharya's birth, and it kind of mentions it here. Do you know what Hinduism looked like at that point in time?
Hinduism, when he was born, it was very separated. There was no clear structure. And then like a lot of like the various sects were always fighting. True.
Right. So in the period of time when he was born, this was like we think of Hinduism, and a lot of what we think practice it is post Shankaracharya and is very heavily influenced by Advaita Vedanta, which and is Advaita Vedanta. We'll discuss this a little bit later here, but looks different than it did over 1,000 years ago. At the time he was born, Jainism and Buddhism were relatively new and were much more popular among people. People were converting all over. And Hinduism, as far as people practicing it, was in decline. It wasn't very organized. You could argue that right now. There's not necessarily a set moral beliefs for anyone to be a Hindu and how we practice versus other Hindus. But Hinduism was popular, and a lot of what people were practicing was very regional, and they were getting more out of religions like Jainism and Buddhism, in their opinion, and they're converting to those religions. So at the time of while born Hindu and was learning about that, it was kind of a period in time where Hinduism could have declined and all established, and we've seen did lead history classes, but also for us and what we practice come from that lineage, and it's why he's okay. So then we are very knowledgeable even from a young age, and it says one of his accomplishments early on is that he mastered all 4 Vedas. What does that Jim? What does it mean that he mastered the 4 Vedas?
He learned all 4 of the Vedas by learning it all and meditating on it. He wanted Hinduism to become more popular, Jaguru.
Jaguru, to understand religion. He wanted to understand the basis. When you're not Hinduism is, those are kind of means beliefs are, and being able to memorize those, understand those, and truly know all 4 of those is a very rare thing to do, and he did it as a young child. So it was very impressive and shows that he was very devoted to this path and understanding. So then there, he obviously was very religiously minded. So he ended up taking sannyas.
One day when he was like he knew he was nearly going to die, so he begged his mother to let him he became a sannyasi, which is
very good. So he really wanted to take sannyas. His mother was very pleased with that. He was young. Family. This event happened. Stories like this where he really wanted something, it was for his own good, for the God of and take sannyas, and it happened for him. So went about. He took it seriously and went to philosophies in Hinduism, but the philosophy that he worked on is advice of it, and well, he did it a bit to that is he didn't necessarily create the idea. It's important to note that the philosophy, for the most part, some form of that existed over the centuries, but he did bring a lot of that together and then popularize it. So, what is Advaita? In the reading,
God are the same thing.
But same root for 2. Not so. And being one. Why or where have we heard that concept before? Gemma? The idea. Yeah. So where have we heard this idea of the soul atma being one?
I think we heard it from like when Takura was talking about like maybe having when the soul moves from one person to another. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, so Takura has mentioned it. So we've discussed this before, right? When we talk about we've done multiple with the youngest of you, those that are a little older. We did it when I was joining the aspirin session. When we do a discussion of who are we, and we talk about the idea of the soul and who God is, Brahma, I thought what talking about and how Takura has taught us and explained who we are in relation to the world. All of that is under this philosophy. So if you all remember from Takura's biography, Takura had 4 gurus, and when he took sannyas, became Srinigama, he took sannyas from his guru Sachidananda, and Guru 4. If you follow that lineage, the lineage and for what Takura did is can all be traced back to Shraddha. So the philosophy Takura teaches, Advaita Vedanta philosophy specifically, all of that is coming from this lineage from Shankaracharya. So that's why Takura emphasizes and mentions Shankaracharya, and right, especially when he's explaining philosophy to us, coming from and its explanations of Advaita Vedanta. And it's also why some of these ideas that we're going to see and some of these things that have been established by Shankaracharya might seem of our that's where our knowledge is coming from. We're following this pathway. So it's teaching as well, and Takura tells us that and shows us that and teaches us this way. So Shankaracharya also established or popularized certain texts. So what text from the reading you said, what Hindu text did Shankaracharya say were really important for us to know about?
He will comment on Bhagavad Gita and the Sutras, Jagur.
Right. So he has a commentary on the Gita, which actually when we read the Bhagavad Gita and we have our discussion and we're going through certain questions on how to interpret it. What I'm actually using is the comment of Shankaracharya. So you've been interacting with some of his ideas for a while. And the Upanishads, which are mostly commentaries on the Vedas, and the Sutras. So I don't know if any of you have taken world history or study class, you'll be familiar. Pretty much every book that you read will say those are the texts of Hinduism, and that came out from Acharya. So other than the Gita, which we are reading, does anyone know what the Upanishads are? Or have any of you read them or have an idea of what's in the Brahma Sutras? Okay, if not, they are while we just might have read them specifically, we do get quite a bit of the meaning out of it from just Thakura has knowledge of all of this. So when he gives us advice and explains things, and we have those discussions about what he said, it is all knowledge partially derived from his knowledge, all of these philosophies in Hinduism. Okay. Then we talked about in the beginning, and again here, that Shankaracharya established the form. And does anyone from Thakura's biography is just experience Jazz in India? What did in his life that connected those formas? So did he?
So he visited the four mattas.
Right. And what was the purpose for him to visit all? Why did he do that?
Jaguru, each of the matta is responsible for meaning in the four Vedas, and he had to understand all of the meanings. Jaguru.
So another example of Nakura is from this knowledge lineage from Shankaracharya. He has, as part of the training at the Sanya, he had to visit these forms, which each have a from the Vedas and is associated with about the universe, understanding that. He had to go to each of these, and the bulk of his travels, to understand and truly get what was going on in each of these as part of his path to enlightenment. And what he learned, all of that he teaches to us. We don't necessarily get it to the same extent that he did. At least speaking for himself, are not enlightened. But those forms were established to emphasize and reflect upon those truths and that understanding. And experience from those and that understanding and informs us today. So that we're out of time. Next time we'll look at more specific parts of the Advaita Vedanta philosophy, and a lot of it will be familiar to talk about it in front, but we'll look at the base text or original things that Nakura is looking at through Thakura's with that next time. Arusha is rather than today.
Graduate, here's my turn for my double. I'm going in my final year of high school, and I am a bit nervous about that, because this year will be the final year that will be my future and the path that I will take. But I have deep faith that everything will be okay, because Thakura will be here to help me on said path. I pray to Thakura that to bless me and others like me to have a much brighter path in the future, and to know that everything will be okay.
आज मोर परिषद भावी आज जो रत्नाकरी पढ़ाला बहुत किसी तो जानला आम भी समस्त जानी कामनार विनाश दुखर विनाश से प्रथम पढ़ा तो देह को आम सब ज्ञान देह को बोली ज्ञान करी संसार पाखे तो से विषय भी आज भी डिस्कसन है केमी ठाकुर को पार्थिव जिन मांगे ठाकुर केमी विरक्ति होते से विषय चिठी लिखाई आज भी जो ठाकुर सूत्र ठाकुर चिठी लिखी तो ଏସବୁ ଜାଣିକି ଗୋଟେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଜଣା ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ତଥାପି ବି ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ଯାଉନି ମୋର। ଏଇ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଡିସ୍କସନ ହଉଥିଲା ଆମର ଯେମିତି ନିରୁତ୍ସାହୀନତା ଯୋଗୁ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ମତେ ବେଶୀ କରୁଛି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି। ଏମିତି ଲେଟ୍ ରେ ଶୋଇଲେ ସକାଳୁ ଉଠିବା ଟିକେ କଷ୍ଟ, ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ବହୁତ ମତେ ବେଶୀ ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ ବେଡରେ ଯଦି ଶୋଇଥିବି ଉଠିବା ପାଇଁ ଆଲାର୍ମ ଦେଇଥାଏ କିନ୍ତୁ ନିଜେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଶୋଇପଡ଼ିବି ଟିକେ ଟାଇମ ବଢିଯାଏ କି କେମିତି ଧ୍ୟାନଟା କରିବା କଥା ଉଠିକି ତାହେଲେ ହୁଏନି। ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ବେଶୀ ଆସୁଛି। ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଆଉ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରୁଛେ ସେଗୁଡାକ କି ପୂଜା କଲା ବେଳକୁ ଟିକେ ଆସୁଛି ଗତାନୁଗତିକ ଭାବରେ କିମ୍ବା ଗୋଟେ ଯନ୍ତ୍ର ଭଳିଆ ଆସୁଛି, ଯୋଉ ଭାବପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଭାବରେ ହେବା କଥା ସେଭଳି ଭାବରେ ହଉନି। ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଏକ ମଝିରେ ଗୋଟେ ମୁଁ ପଢୁଥିଲି ରାମକୃଷ୍ଣ ପରମହଂସ, ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛେ କାଳୀ ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ସେ ସାଧକ ଥିଲେ। ତାଙ୍କ ସେ ପୂଜା କରୁଥିଲା ବେଳେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ପୂଜା କରିବାକୁ ଲୋକମାନେ ଆସନ୍ତି, ବହୁତ ଆସୁଥିଲେ କାଳୀ ମନ୍ଦିରକୁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଅସଂଖ୍ୟ ଲୋକ ପୂଜା କରିବାକୁ ଆସିଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଚାଲିଚଳନ ଆଉ ହାବଭାବ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଠିକ ଲାଗୁନଥିଲା। କାରଣ ଅଧିକାଂଶ ଲୋକ ସେଥିରୁ ଯୋଉ ଆସୁଥିଲେ ଭକ୍ତିର ଭାବ ନଥିଲେ, କେବଳ ଠାକୁର ମାଙ୍କୁ ମାଗିବା ପାଇଁ ଜିନିଷ ସବୁ ଯାବତୀୟ ପାର୍ଥିବ ଜିନିଷ ମାଗିବାକୁ ଆସୁଥିଲେ। ତ ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ପୂଜା କରୁଥିଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ପୂଜାରେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରବତ୍ ଗତାନୁଗତିକ ଭାବ ଥିଲା। ସେଠୁ ଦିନେ ରାମକୃଷ୍ଣ ପରମହଂସ ଦେବ କଣ କଲେ, ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବାକୁ ସିଏ ତାଲା ପକେଇ ଦେଇକି ବାହାରକୁ, ଆଉ ସେମାନେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଅପେକ୍ଷା କଲେ। ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ନିଜର କାମ ଫାମ ଛାଡିକି ସବୁ ଆସିଲେ, ଆଉ ଠାକୁର କେମିତି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିଦେଇକି ଶୀଘ୍ର କେମିତି ପଳେଇବ ବୋଲି। ତ କୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କର ଦେଖା ମିଳିଲା, ଏମିତି ସେଦିନ ଗଲା, ଏମିତି ହେଇ ଗୋଟେ ଚଳିଗଲା। ଆଉ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ମନ୍ଦିର ବି ବନ୍ଦ, ଆଉ ଭୋଗରାଗ ବି ହଉନଥିଲା। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଭିତରେ, ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଆସୁଥିଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ମାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା ବଢିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲା। ସେମାନେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଆସୁଥିଲେ ପାଇଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏବେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କର ଭିତରେ ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା ବହୁତ ଜାଗିଲା। ଏମିତି ଅବସ୍ଥାରେ ଦିନେ ସପ୍ତାହ ପରେ ରାମକୃଷ୍ଣ ଆସିକି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲେ, ଆଉ ତା ମନ୍ଦିର ଖୋଲିଲେ। ସେଠୁ ସମସ୍ତେ ପାଖରେ ପାଦ ତଳେ ପଡିଗଲେ, ମା ରକ୍ଷା କର ବୋଲି ସମସ୍ତେ ତାଙ୍କ ପ୍ରଣିପାତ କଲେ। ସେମାନେ ସେଠୁ ରାମକୃଷ୍ଣ କହିଲେ, ଆପଣ କୁଆଡେ ଯାଇଥିଲେ? ସପ୍ତାହ ହେଲା ମା ପୂଜା ହେଇନାହାନ୍ତି, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଆମର ଆଖି ଦର୍ଶନ ପାଇଁ କାନ୍ଦି ଥିଲା, ଆଉ ଆପଣ ଏମିତି କରିବେ ବୋଲି ଆମେ ଭାବିନଥିଲୁ। ରାମକୃଷ୍ଣ କହିଲେ, ନାଇଁ, ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯେମିତି ଆଗରୁ ଆସୁଥିଲେ ଆଜି ଏବେ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି କି? ଆଜି ଆପଣ ମାଙ୍କୁ ରିଅଲି ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ କିମ୍ବା ଦର୍ଶନ ପାଇପାରୁନଥିଲେ, ଅନ୍ତରରୁ ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ ସେଇଭଳି ଭାବରେ, ଅନ୍ୟ ସବୁବେଳେ ଗତାନୁଗତିକ ଭାବରେ କିମ୍ବା ମାଙ୍କୁ ଏମିତି ଜାଣିଶୁଣି ମନ୍ଦିରରେ ଆମର ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ ଅନ୍ତରରେ ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା ଜାଗା କଲେ। ସେଇଥିରେ ଯେମିତି ଆମର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ହେଇପାରେ ପାଦ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ମୋର ବି ଆଜି ସେବା ଅଛି ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ପ୍ରୋବାବ୍ଲି ମୋର ଦାନ୍ 20 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି ଜାଣିଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏବେ ମୁଁ ଯଦି ଯେ 25 ବର୍ଷ ବସିକି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଦେଖୁଛି ଆରାଉଣ୍ଡ 5-7 ବର୍ଷ ପ୍ରୋବାବ୍ଲି ହବ progressively definitely making some progress is at least ମୋ ମନ ଭିତରେ ନିଜେ ଭାବୁଛି ଯେ ସ୍ପିରିଚୁଆଲ ମୋର ଲାଇଫ ର ଗୋଟେ ମେଜର ଗୋଲ ହବା, ଯୋଉଟା କି 7 ବର୍ଷ ସଂସ୍କାର ପୂଜା କରିବାଟା ଯୋଉ ଚାଲିଥିଲା, definitely make in the spiritual path. I think ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷଟା କରୁଛି mostly after attending all these sanghas and ଏ ଯୋଉ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସବୁ ଯୋଉ 40 वर्ष तलर से सेवक बही से पढ़ला आजिकल मोस्टली कॉपी माने कॉपी एम जिन केवल रिपीटेशन भाया लगुच जदि आप सीरीज सब जिनसुड़ाक द्वारा टी एटलिस्ट मो आसी स्पिरिचुअल प्रोग्रेस करवाटा निहाती दरकार मो एटलिस्ट आउ किछि किछि भी जो मेकानिकल भाव में चली समटाइम्स आई फील वेरी कनेक्टेड टू ठाकुर समटाइम्स आई नो जो वेरी कनेक्टेड टू सिचुएशन गुड़ाक आई एम ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट जे कौन को समय रे मो आई रियली फील कनेक्टेड विथ ठाकुर इज देयर एनी सिचुएशन जोटा कि आसिले मत मो मन भीतर सेमती गोटे किसी फीलिंग आसूची सो दैट मे आई प्रे ठाकुर टू गिव मी टाइप ऑफ सिचुएशन ऑल द टाइम सो दैट एटलिस्ट मो मन रे से फीलिंग ला किरण लाइन ऑफ थॉट गला सो दैट कनेक्ट बेसी समय लास्टिंग भी कर निजे दिन के जो रियली फील देखी निजे पढ़ी तो बही गुड़ा पूरा भाषा मोर एत भाषा ज्ञान भी स्ट्रॉन्ग वोकाबुलरी मझे मझे भी किसी जिन बुझी हुए कौन कौन से स्पिरिचुअल आस्पेक्ट पर जो आलोचना होची सत्संग होची व्हिच इवन इज वेरी रेयर lot of things get cleared and say that is a जो थे कि सब कम्प्लेक्स जिन गुड़ाक बहुत जल्दी आ बेटर भी क्लीयर हो पढ़ी चेष्टा करा तेणु मुझे भाव ठाकुर को प्रार्थना कर अपरच्युनिटी टी अधिक मिलू आलोचना आ सत्संग अधिक ये पार्टिसिपेट इवेन इफ आमर रिलेटेड सत्संग ना भी जेकोसी भी कहीं आमर भी पढ़ुचे सब तार ओरिजिनल फाउंडेशन सनातन धर्म आते भी आमर ठाकुर को छाड़ी भी अन्य मैंने जो मैंने भी अच्छा महापुरुष मैंने समस्त बेसिक फिलोसफी बेसिक गाइडलाइंस ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर ठाकुर किसी अलग ये अच्छी तेणु अधिक समय न नहीं खाली यह जन चाहूँ सब कृतज्ञता नॉलेजेबल भाई माने जो मैंने आलोचना कर भी आम भाया लोक स्पिरिचुअल फास्टर साहय कर प्रकार फिलिंग मन भर सब रो प्रोग्रेशन मो जीवन गोटे मुख्य लक्ष्य परिवर्तन परमाराध्य गुरुदेव आम संघ पूजार द्वितीय अधिवेशन एवं समाप्त रही भोग आमंत्रण जनाऊे आज पूजा भी आम आश्रम भाई 6:30 बेलू राइट निमंत्रण जनाऊे कृपा पूजा भी योगदान कर समस्त संघसेवी गाँ मैंने मध्याह्न समस्ते प्रसाद करेंगे संध्या भी आज 6:30 जी जहाजर कि आश्रम अच्छा योगदान
ज्ञान America's to go to our next she has a 23 at 11 a.m. East time. Please join the jar and make it 2000.
शिवानी महांती ज्ञान नेक्स्ट संघ आसंता जून मास 18 तारिख अच्छी तरफ आपन संघ से भाई माँ नेक्स्ट योगदान आमको सेवा कर सुजोग देवे ठाकुर व्यवस्था कर सब जिन ठीक पार कि आपन आशीर्वाद देखा समस्त निमंत्रण करुचे आपन दयाकर समस्त उपस्थित रहे। जय
जय गुरु परमाध्य श्री ठाकुर महाराज आज पूजा होता समस्त जनत अजनत भूल त्रुटि तथा माँ मान त्रुटि श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज भक्त भाई माँ एवं पिला निकट क्षमा प्रार्थना कर।
जय गुरु दयामय श्री चरणी एहि निवेदन दयामय श्री चरणी एहि निवेदन निरंतर तव नाम करिबि स्मरण प्रभु निरंतर तव नाम करिबि स्मरण छोड़ा न रहिब इतर कामना प्रभु एहा छोड़ा न रहिब इतर कामना एहि मात्र भिक्षा एतिकी प्रार्थना एहि मात्र भिक्षा मोर एतिकी प्रार्थना तुम्हें प्रभु मुहि दास एहि अहंकार तुम्हें प्रभु मुहि दास एहि अहंकार एकमात्र जीव प्रबल संस्कार नाथ एकमात्र जीव प्रबल संस्कार एथि लागी जेबे काले न मिले मुख लगी जेबे काले न मिले मुख लखिबी मने अनंत ध्रुपति मने अनंत ध्रुपति तुमरी सृष्टि भीतरे तुमरी जगते तुमरी सृष्टि भीतरे तुमरी जगते पड़ी रही तुमरी गीते प्रभु पड़ी जही तही तुमरी गीते ध्वंस परे रचनार अभिनव ध्वंस परे रचनार अभिनव रूप देखी देखी आसी स्वरूप देखी देखी जीव सल स्वरूप मिलाई न पारे जेबे तब यंत्रेश्वर मिलाई न पारे जेबे तब स्वर प्रभ नामे बाई जीवी भंगा किया मोर नामे बाई जीवे भंगा सुन बान शुणु केही थिब अहंकार न शुणु केही थिब अहंकार तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास की संस्कार तुमे प्रभु मोहि दास की संस्कार प्रेममय चरणे करे वेदन प्रेममय श्री चरणे करे वेदन श्री चरणे करे समय श्री चरणे करे निवेदन तुम जय गाउथिबि सारा जीवनाथ तुम जय गाउथिबि सारा जीवन तुम जय गाउथिबि सारा जीवन तुम जय गाउथिबि सारा जीवन जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय जय गुरु गुरु जय 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 जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गला मास जीवन फिलअप डाटा जीवन 31 पूरा मास about 30 members अनुप भाई, विनय भाई, विश्वजित भाई, लितिमा, सुजित भाई, सक भाई, शिवानी द्विवेदी, स्मिता बाईमा, स्मिता रायमा, सुभाषिष भाई, सुब्रत भाई, सुप्रीत भाई, त्रिनाथ भाई, उदिता माँ, उषा माँ, भक्त भाई, गौतम मैंने सब कंप्लीट मासटा फिलअप करछंती सो तंग नावडा जणाई देलु। नेक्स्ट आइटम होची हमरो परिचालन कमिटी मीटिंग हेतला गत रविवार दिन से आइटम था हमरो जो सम्मेलन अकोमोडेशन आउ बजेट सम्मेलन बजेट से विषय से डिस्कशन होता तेणु गोटे आइटम आसला मेन हूँ जे आमर खर्च ए वर्ष टे माने माने एक्सपेंस बेसी जो जो डेलीगेट फी आमर आगु रोला 100 टंका तापर जहाँ 20% पड़ुची 20% पड़ुची से डेलीगेट फी तेणु बर्तमान नुआ रेट हूँ बर्तमान आमर डेलीगेट फी हूँ 120 अडल्ट ए माँ मानकर पिला माने जो माने $60 आउे हूँ $30 हूँ आम पिला मानकर यही 3टा डेलीगेट फी जो बढ़िया है से नुआ रेटा कहला। आउ गोटे कथा परिचालन कमिटी डिस्कसन होता है सम्मेलन आवाहक समस्ते केमती आवाहक हे संघर समस्त अच्छा समस्ते साहय करेंगे आवाहक हाँपाइका आवाहक प्रश्न जड़े पचारे जे आवाहक कहीं माने somebody was asking this question भाविलु ये बर्तमान कहीदेवाई शीर्षक आउ सम्मेलनी जिते एक्चुअली मेन हूँ भल स्मृति अक्षुण्ण रखा चेष्टा आम ये विषयटा ठाकुर बाणी तुम जदि मत भल पाओ मोर स्मृति को अक्षुण्ण रखा चेष्टा कर पुणी जो कही ठाकुर पुणी कहे जदि मुझे करनी सम्मेलनी मोर स्मृति रक्षा कर तेणु यू आम सम्मेलन धारा ये अच्छी प्राय 20 वर्ष कलु 21st आम 21 माने 21 भक्त सम्मेलन हम आईका से धारा आवाहक आमर भाई माँ मान कही था करने समस्ते प्राय आमर एवं जो कल रात पठे 676 पिला मिसेकी तेणु आम चेष्टा करसु कि जिते अधिक अधिक आवाहक हे जो सम्मेलन एक्सपेंसटा केतगुड़ा कभर हो जो मैंने ठाकुर को भल पाती से मैंने सम्मेलन टाक मानते जेकोसी सम्मेलन कनेक्टेड रे संयुक्त हे ये सम्मेलन करवा सम्मेलन आवाहक यहाँ सब समस्ते जोगदे यहाँ आम ठीक चलो ठाकुर आम मानिपर आटा बृंदावन भाई किसी आड करेंगे डेलीगेट फी विषय
बहुत जय गुरु भाई बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस आसला टी म्यूट कर जो मैंने हाँ नहीं अपन तो डेलीगेट फीटा से डेलीगेट फी कथा तो अपन कहले आउ गोटे जिनस जो आवाहक कथाटा आवाहक कहीं हवा कथा सेटा माने तो जमती आपण बेसिकली बिकमिंग अ पार्ट ऑफ सम्मेलन सो सम्मेलन टा केमती सुखरे हम ठाकुर स्मृति रक्षा शरण हूँ ठाकुर प्राणप्रिय अनुष्ठान सेटा केमती भलरे हो पार सो यू आर बेसिकली कौन आसतु न आसतु यू आर बीइंग पार्ट ऑफ इट सेटा कहते आवाहक एंड व्हिच इज मेजर वन टू सम्मेलन एक्सपेंस आम डेलीगेट बहुत मार्जिनाल थिला मूल रही आसला $100 एवं जेहेतु खर्च गुड़ा लास्ट कपल इयर्स so we are forced to kind of to increase it. Still we are trying to keep it more इच्छा थला न बढ़ाया पाई but तो आवाहक होना थी खर्च गुड़ा बढ़ी जाइए so we decided to increase 20% respectively. ता छड़ा भी still will be I mean जहाँ budget मु करी देखली कहना होटल एक्सपेंस टा बहुत बढ़ी जाउची होटल एक्सपेंस will come जोटा हमर 4000 तळु को आस्तला it will come close to 7000 this year. तेणु से भावतु आमर से जो आउटे मेल जाइला जे बिसाइड्स द डेलीगेट फी इंक्रीज सम्मेलनी साहाय्य जो माने स्पेशली एनी कैन पुट एनी अमाउंट एट द सम्मेलनी साहाय्य पाई जोटा आमर प्रादेशिक भी जमती हुए सो दैट एक्सपेंस विल गो टुवर्ड्स जो आमर अन्य गुड़ा खर्च गुड़ा बढ़ी पाई आउ स्पेशली जो माने होटल का रहिबे करिवे तेणु ब्रज भाई तो से एग्जांपल देइथिले केमती जे संघ स्पेंडिंग मोर सो सेटा को आम इक्वालाइज करने चाहूँ नॉर्मलाइज करने चाहूँ सो जो मैंने साहाय्य दे पारे सम्मेलन साहाय्य बहुत जन देले एक्चुअली लास्ट वीक रिपोर्ट गला मेनी केम फॉरवर्ड एबे आवाहक काली पठेला आउ 2 जन होती सो आवाहक इट्स ओनली $51 एटा माने सम्मेलन ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ ଏଇଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ଆଉ 2 ଜଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଏବେ ଟୋଟାଲ ଆମେ 78। ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା ସମସ୍ତେ କେମିତି ହେଇପାରିବେ, ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡିଂ ଆମର ଯେମିତି ପ୍ରାଦେଶିକରେ ହୁଏ ୟଙ୍ଗ ଆସ୍ପିରାଣ୍ଟସ୍ ମାନେ ବି ହଉଛନ୍ତି। ସୋ ଏନିୱାନ୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ବି ପାର୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍। ସୋ ସେଇଟା ଖାଲି ଟିକେ ଜଣେଇବାର ଥିଲା। ତେଣୁ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଟିକେ ଯୋଉ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ ସ୍ପେଶାଲି ଯୋଉ ଲଜିଂ ଏକ୍ସପେନ୍ସ ବଢିଯାଇଛି ତାର ସେଇଟାକୁ ଟିକେ ଇଏ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ଯଦି ଇଫ୍ ୟୁ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ମତେ ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ ନୋଟ୍ ଟେ ପଠେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଆଇଦର ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ରେ ନହେଲେ ଇମେଲ ରେ, ଯେ କେତେ ଆମାଉଣ୍ଟ ଆପଣ ସେ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି। ସୋ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଆଇ ୱିଲ୍ କିପ୍ ଏ ଟ୍ରାକ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଓକେ, ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ତାପରେ ଆମର ସମ୍ମିଳନୀର ଆମର ଆଉ ରହିଲା 2ଟା ସପ୍ତାହ, ଆଉ ତା ଭିତରେ ଦେଖିବା କେତେ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ ହେଇଛି। ଆକୋମୋଡେସନ ଅଶ୍ୱିନୀ ଭାଇ କିଛି କହିବେ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ? ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ନା ଭାଇ, ମୁଁ ତ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଖାଲି ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କରୁଛି, ଆଉ କେତେ ଜଣ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି ଯଦି ମାନେ ହୋଟେଲ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ସେଇଟା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। I'm going to be finalizing it today or tomorrow.
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ତାପରେ ସେବାରେ ଅଛି ତାପରେ ହଉଛି
ସେଇଟା ବିଷୟରେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଖାଲି ମୁଁ କହିଦଉଛି ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚଟା ଜଷ୍ଟ ବି କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟଲି ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସପାରେଣ୍ଟ। ଆମର ହୋଟେଲ ରୁମ୍ ଧରନ୍ତୁ ନେବାକୁ ପଡିବ ଏ ବର୍ଷ 20ଟା ପାଖାପାଖି। କାଲି ମୁଁ ଅଶ୍ୱିନୀଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହଉଥିଲି। ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚଟା କାହିଁକି କୁହାହଉଛି, କାହିଁକିନା ପର ରୁମ୍ ନାଇଟ୍ $90 ହେଲା ବେଳକୁ 4 nights $360 ପର ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ଗୋଟେ ରୁମ୍ ପାଇଁ। ସୋ 360 times 20 almost like 7,000 ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ ଆସୁଛି ସେଇଠି, ଯୋଉଟା ଆମର 4,000 ତଳେ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା। ଜଷ୍ଟ ଟୁ କାଇଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ ଗିଭ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଆଜ୍ ଏନ୍ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ କି ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚଟା କେତେ ବଢିଯାଇଛି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଟିକେ ସବୁ ସେବା ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଟିକେ ଅପଡେଟ୍ ଦେବେ। ପ୍ରଥମେ ଏଠି ଆମର ଅଛନ୍ତି ଅନୁ ଭାଇ ଆଉ ସ୍ମିତା ଭାଇ ମା ସବୁ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ସେବା କରୁଛନ୍ତି।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଆମର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରେସ ହେଲାଣି, ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ମେନ୍ ଆସନ ଅର୍ଚ୍ଚନା ଆସନରେ ଡିଜାଇନ ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଇଛି। ଆମେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲୁଣି